Hello. Well, this is my first video in 2024, which is sure to be an interesting year since we live in these interesting times. But maybe all times are interesting. Today I have a fictional book, a fiction, called Delicious Monsters by Liselle, Sambury, Liselle, Liselle? Liselle Sambury. What we have here is a ghost story, a haunted house story, a child abuse story, sexual abuse, and mother-daughter stories. It is written by a presumably young woman. She's Canadian. And it has two mother-daughter themes going on. So what goes on in this novel? So we have Daisy. The main character would have to be Daisy. And Daisy is a black girl who lives in Toronto with her mother. And her father is across the country. Separation of parents like that, like so many of us have experienced in the past few years. So Daisy and her mother decide, actually Daisy is given the decision to move up, 8 hours away, up north somewhere in Ontario, because Daisy's mother, whose name is Grace, Grace has inherited a mansion, a house, a big house up on a lake, secluded, all these miles away from Toronto. So the mother Grace gives Daisy the option of whether she wants to move or not. She's in high school, early high school, let's say. And she's just broken up with her boyfriend. She has issues where she's living, of course. And the house is presented as a way that they can get over together. They can create a business out of the house, an Airbnb, and that means mom will have extra money, and that means that Daisy can somehow escape her mother through her mother's money somehow. But anyway, that's the picture that Daisy has in her mind, that we go up there and we have this successful business, and then I can become an independent person away from my mother somehow. So what happens when they go up there is that turns out that Grace has spent summers there, and that her sister is older, and she met a man named Peter, and it's really Peter's house, and the sister did not protect Grace from Peter, and that's a pivotal part of the story. And did I say that Daisy can see ghosts? Yeah, Daisy sees the dead. So she sees spirits, sort of transparencies of people who kind of recently died, or if they haven't recently died, been somehow trapped in between in these realms. So she is not, she can also help them pass completely. She can do things physically to them that cause them to completely die. Like there is an issue where when she's a child, she is being beaten up on the playground, and some of the kids that are beating her up are actually these spirits, these ghosts. And so her mother takes her to track down this one ghostly kid and knock him down and basically kill the ghost, which frees the spirit into whatever's next. So she still sees ghosts when she goes up to this mysterious house. So mom won't let her into the house. Mom does not want her to go in the house Her dad on the telephone always says, just don't go to the house or don't go up there at all. But she does. Of course, he knows what's gone on in the past, and all this is ultimately revealed. She meets another family up there who is also another black family up there who are kind of spooky, like they're psychics, and they want to do something to cleanse the house because there's something wrong with the house. People die in the house of aneurysms. So it's this big, complicated story. It's a 500-page novel, so a lot of stuff goes on in here. A little slowly, maybe, for some people's tastes. But so, do we love books? I like when there's categories of love, like a few years ago on Facebook, there were these, if you're a music lover, share this, don't you love music? And, I don't think people love everything in any sort of art form. Love music, yeah, you might love this kind of music, but not that kind of music, Everything's so widely diverse as far as what we have in any particular, all the different genre of stuff that we have to consume. Do you like books? Well, you like this book and not that book. You like that book and not this book. It's all really very specific, and some people who love books are going to hate certain other books, either for the content of them or for what's in them, or because they're boring, or because of what effect they have on the culture at large, and any number of reasons. So how did I come by Delicious Monsters? Delicious Monsters was given to me as a birthday present by my landlady here in New York. So, and she knows I do this book thing. It seems to be like kind of a young adult novel, and in that it's not really the genre I would be reading. I'm not, if it's young adult, I'm like the other opposite of young adult. I'm like old adult, so I'm OA instead of YA. So as an OA, the novel is just, it really was not written for me, I don't think. And it's interesting because what goes on in these genres? Do people only read other YA novels, only read certain kind of spooky sort of stuff, and not other stuff? I looked through the writer's Goodreads at her previous reads, and a lot of the books there were like 250, none of which I was really aware of. Maybe one or two that also had to do with like ghosts and ghost stories and things. So it's all very specific. And that said, I'm not really the audience for this novel, and therefore it was a little difficult for me to read when you're reading things that are not really your type of things, like the ghost stories. Like, I'm not really interested in ghost stories at all, like in films or in any other art form. Ghosts just don't do it for me. I'm not scared of ghosts, the afterlife, that kind of stuff. It doesn't work for me. So and of course this is all about things like that. There are some relationships in the book that are kind of interesting, and I don't think it's a bad book. I'm not recommending not reading it. Read it if you want to. You might really enjoy it. Many people have. Other people did not finish. It is 500 pages. It's a certain amount of a commitment. I read different types of things, and So this novel didn't really rock me in that way, although, it's not bad. And if you read it, I hope you enjoyed it. Things are hard enough in life that, when people criticize people for liking something, some sort of art, a movie or something, it's like, well, why do that? I mean, it's like, you liked it. How beautiful, It's how wonderful that with the remote, with the means of this technology of writing ideas, stories down, and distributing them off, or making movies and sending them out to people can see. What a wonderful thing when these things actually click, when these things actually communicate to us and please us, or inform us of something that we didn't know before, or just entertain us for a little while, or just get us away from the difficulties of our own personal lives. I mean, these are all a service that these things provide us, and this book provides for many people, I'm sure. And it's I guess it's a young adult Simon and Schuster, Margaret K. McElderberry books, Simon and Schuster book. So she's got a real publisher there, and so it's all great. And it's wasn't for me, but it might be for you. And I think that's what I have to say about Delicious Monsters. Thank you for watching, and check around next time. Maybe I'll have something different to talk about. Oh, I'm also thinking that I may start talking about different art forms, like basically film, maybe documentaries. Maybe I would expand Foregone Books to documentaries, because as of January 9th will be the 1-year anniversary of my first upload of Foregone Books. So maybe by January 9th, maybe I'll add documentaries. Like, I've been watching some interesting documentaries because I got Hulu with commercials, so I watched the interesting documentary about this Lawrence Ray and the Sarah Lawrence cult, other cult things like that. So maybe it'd just be documentaries, or maybe I won't, or maybe I will. I don't know what direction I'll take things in. The channel's been going well. I appreciate getting all the views, and I see that certain things really click and certain things do not click. I don't know what this book will do, and it doesn't matter, because maybe the next book will click. And it's really about me. It's what I want to read. It's not what I'm reading to become popular. Not entirely, anyway. So thank you for watching. Like and subscribe.